Hey there, folks. My name is Daizoren, and welcome back to the Future. No hat this time. It's no longer Future Day as of the day this should be going up. But I hope you guys had a good and fun Future Day, and I know I'm going to as well. Which is, I've got my own time traveling going on here, where like I'm talking about like what will have happened, what will be happening in the future for me, but what will have happened in the past by the time you see this. Talk about time travel. All right, we're gonna see Frankenstein now.
But you're going to. That's what we're here for, remember?
Right, of course. The film that was supposed to set off a chain reaction in my imagination, inspiring with a notion that would launch my scientific career.
You've still got no memory of what that notion was?
Well, how could I? It happened in the brain of a different Emmett Brown. An Emmett Brown now erased by the shifting sands of time. Luckily for us, I do know something about my own brain, having lived in it for the past 70+ years. Once we get my younger self re-inspired by that movie, nothing will distract him from his proper... Great Scott, will you look at that?
The town square?
It's just like I remember it, only dirtier. Oh, the old courthouse.
Come on now, Doc, you need to go inside and check it out. First rule of time travel, Doc, never allow your other self to catch sight of you. It could cause reality to collapse or something.
You mean?
Right behind you. Don't peek. Go on. I'll let you know when you're gone. And don't forget, you're Carl Sagan.
The billions and billions guy?
The suspected arsonist.
Huh?
Just go with it.
Okay. All right, Emmett. Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. Michael.
Michael, you do show up at the oddest moments. Where have you been hiding?
Well, in a dystopia you created in 1986.
Oh, you know, here and there.
Yeah, it
You're
doesn't matter what I
a
choose.
little hard to pin down yourself. I went looking for you last night, but...
I believe I was off entertaining a beautiful lady. You know, I never really got a chance to thank you.
Well, I'm sure you would have escaped Kid on your own.
Kid? Oh, sure, I'm grateful for that, but no, I'm talking about Edna. It's funny to think of now, but until that crisis, I actually thought Edna and I disliked one another. Imagine.
Trust that for girls aren't everything.
Yeah, well, sometimes first impressions are right. The thing is, you shouldn't let Edna distract you from, you know, the business at hand. Finishing your project for the expo and going to see Frankenstein.
Oh, sure. I'm far too busy for movies these days.
But,
And as for my project, it's practically done.
the rocket car?
The rocket car? Boy, are you out of date. I've junked the rocket car.
Oh no.
But more trouble than it's worth. I'll never figure out a propulsion system that does what I want it to do. And besides, its social utility is practically non-existent.
You just need
You'll
epiphany.
figure it out, Emmett. You only need a bolt of inspiration, that's all. Maybe if you went to a...
The mental alignment meter is a much more worthy project.
No, no, no,
What?
no, no,
It
no,
was
no,
Edna's
no,
idea,
no, no, no.
and she's really been cracking the whip to get me to complete it in time for the expo.
Emmett, I'm a little confused here.
It's only been one day.
What day is it?
Why, it's opening day. The opening day of the expo. Which reminds me, I'd better skedaddle back to the lab. If Edna catches me dawdling, there'll be heck to pay. Catch you around, Corleone.
October 12th. Doc?
Oh boy, we got a problem. We got a problem. We got a problem. We got a huge problem, Doc. Doc.
Come to think of it, it is a bit brisk for August.
Oh, we're 2 months late. The expo's about to start and teenage you is already in over his head with Edna.
I always did have a tendency to plunge into things.
Let's plunge into the DeLorean and get to the right date.
No, it's far too risky. Remember how I was late picking you up in '86?
Yeah?
That should have been a tip-off. Something is horribly wrong with the time circuits, and the problem appears to be getting worse. If we try to jump now, we could find ourselves stranded in the Cenozoic age. Or worse, the Mesozoic.
We're stuck?
For the time being, I'll look into the problem and see what I can do. In the meantime, you can go to work on the other problem.
Okay.
Right. I'll go to the lab and see if I can talk teenage you out of...
Impossible. If young me is already as infatuated as you say, you're not going to be able to talk him out of anything.
Okay.
Believe me, I remember. Better to focus on the more clear-headed half of the couple.
Edna. Where can I find her?
Where do you think? I'll drive. The DeLorean should still function adequately as a means of conveyance in the first 3 dimensions.
All right. Well, I guess that's better than nothing. He means it still drives. In case you were wondering. Anyway, moving on. Is that Arthur? Over on the left there? Oh, there's that guy. I remember him. Yep, that is Arthur.
There she is.
My soon-to-be ex-future wife is nothing if not predictable.
Soon-to-be future
I really have
ex-wife.
to talk to her. I mean, couldn't I just hang out until you fix the time circuits and...
Well, never
I'll
mind.
talk to her. You'd better get the DeLorean out of sight before someone...
Hey, you! Quit blocking the drive! All Car of the Future contestants need to report to the North Tent.
Why not?
Sure.
Good luck.
All right, cool. We'll have a future car concept. All right, that's not a good idea. That's gonna have some repercussions. Arthur, hey, dude.
Hey, Artie. Officer.
Officer?
Oh, right. Don't blow your cover.
Will you please keep your mind on the task at hand?
Can't talk right now.
All right, Edna, we gotta talk.
Spell it B-R-O-W-N. It's not exactly an obscure name.
I still don't see it on the list. I'm sorry.
Oh, for the love... Let me try this one more time. This is the Hill Valley Science Expo, right?
First annual.
Indeed. The purpose of our fair is to showcase cutting-edge technology.
That's right. And to burnish Hill Valley's reputation as a forward-thinking community.
Right.
And yet, you want to exclude the maker of the most revolutionary breakthrough of all.
It's not that I want to, but... Oh, dear.
Hi.
Mr. Corleone! You do pop up at the oddest times. What are you doing here?
Doesn't matter what I choose. It's gonna be the same thing regardless.
Whatever it is, I hope you don't have to deal with Mr. Stonewall here. His sole function seems to be preventing people from accomplishing their business. Honestly, with him keeping the books, it's a wonder the Tannen gang got as far as they did. Have you seen Emmett?
Yeah.
Yeah, just now, in the town square.
Oh, then you've heard all about his big breakthrough, the mental alignment meter. Isn't it exciting? And to think, he didn't even realize the import of his discovery until I pointed it out to him. I didn't know anyone like him, so oblivious to his own potential.
I kind of wanted to talk to you about Emmett and his potential.
Funny, I didn't spot it myself at first. In fact, for the longest time, I thought I didn't even like him.
Well, first impressions are
those
telling.
instincts are important. If you disliked him right off the bat.
Oh, but I didn't know him then. Now I know him inside and out.
Yeah, but...
I appreciate your concerns, Mr. Corleone, but I can take care of myself. I know what I'm looking for in a man, and it so happens Emmett fits the bill to a T. That's Emmett Brown. Rhymes with clown, which I'm beginning to think you are.
Just a simple mix-up, I'm sure.
I've no doubt of that.
Okay, then. So, Guy. Hey.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
When does the expo
Not
open?
till tonight. Anybody without official business here, please get off the grounds!
I remember you.
You got official business here?
Yeah.
Well, stay out of the way of the workers. You look familiar. I know you.
Nope.
Nope, not at all. No idea. You have no idea who I am. All right, cool. Let's keep it that way. Okay, let's see. What do we got around here? There's a truck.
It's not as nice as my truck back in '86. Jeez, I hope I still have a truck back in '86.
Okay. Hill Valley of the Future. Let's see here. Okay, Doc.
Well,
I talked to her.
and?
She
Not
says
budging.
she knows what she's looking for, and it's you.
But it can't be me. Wasn't me. Marty, we don't belong together.
Yeah,
You don't
I
have to
know.
tell me that.
Find out exactly what her requirements are. I can almost guarantee you that I don't fit them.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's go talk to her about it.
Ahem. You said that Emmett fits your bill of requirements for a man.
Yes.
What are
What would
those?
that list be exactly?
If it were
You
in
make a
physical
good
form.
reporter, Mr. Corleone, you know that? Well, his physical appearance for one thing. Emmett may not be Clark Gable, but he cleans up surprisingly well. I gave him my grandfather's white suit to wear at the expo.
Yeah, I saw
you should
that.
see him in it. He
I
looks
did.
positively radiant.
Looks good in a suit. Got it.
And he's
Okay.
completely devoted to me. That's important. I've got no time or tolerance for playboys.
Faithful as a Labrador. Check.
Okay.
Thirdly,
As a
and
dog.
most important,
Yes.
well, his mind, of course. It's brilliant, and it's virtuous through and through. His own mind map shows him to be a model citizen.
Good brain. I see. And if it turned out that you were mistaken about any of these qualities,
Say, what's your game?
just curious, just trying to understand the female mind.
Well, understand this. I'm not some faint-hearted girl who'd run away at the first hint of trouble. I've made a big investment in Emmett. Not money, but I've sunk all my ambitions into him. I'd have to be thoroughly disillusioned before I'd call it quits with Emmett. Got
Okay.
it?
Got it.
Uh-huh.
Now, Mr. Cub Reporter, is there anything else?
What's a mental alignment meter?
What the heck is this mental alignment meter of Emmett's?
Oh, it's an absolutely revolutionary
Just-
invention.
probably the
Measures a person's
precursor.
affinities, what he's attracted to, what he's repulsed by, that sort of thing.
Interesting. And it really works?
Well,
Precursor
of course.
to
What's the point
our
of inventing something
1986?
that doesn't work? Or anyway, it works well enough for my purposes.
Okay. All right.
That's all the questions I got.
Very well then.
Oh, hey.
Artie,
Trixie.
You seen my Oriole?
You mean this?
Yeah, thanks.
She gets to come and go freely, and I'm forced to wait. I love it.
Oh, boy. Trixie.
To all who approach these hallowed halls, I bid thee welcome. To all who approach these hallowed
Oh, boy.
halls,
Hi,
I
Trixie.
bid thee welcome.
Hey.
To all who... Oh, hiya, kid. Say, aren't you the fellow who...
Got you to turn on Kid Tannen? You bet.
You look younger without your mustache. That was a dirty trick, you know, making me think Kid had gone and iced Artie.
I'm sorry, but it was the only way I could.
Forget about it. I'm trying to. Yesterday's in the past. That's my motto. You gotta live for today.
Right.
It's a good one.
So what are you doing down here anyway? Do you
Well-
wish to pull the levers that control the future?
Uh,
At the expo, silly.
sort of.
Technology for a better tomorrow and all that.
Oh, yeah, that's actually why I'm here.
Okay. Okay. So what are you
So,
doing?
who are you supposed to be?
Don't you know your Homer? I am Techni Muse of Progress. You can tell by the lightning bolts.
Must have slept
Ah.
through that class.
I'm supposed to be a goddess like. I'm the one who inspires all the great men who make the discoveries. And women too. Leave us not forget Madame Curie.
I never would. So, you work for the expo?
Yeah, ain't it a kick? I greet all the important guests, and on the final day, I get to bestow the golden sundial on the winning contestant.
Ooh. Cool.
Techni, Muse of Progress. Not a bad gig.
No,
Artie
not at
got
all.
it for me. It's my entree into respectability.
There you go. Okay. Haha.
Listen, I've got a proposal for you. I have this friend, right?
No dice. I'm only seeing Artie now.
It's
Well,
not like that. See, my friend's in a relationship with Edna Strickland.
Oh, poor schmuck.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish her on anyone.
Then you see where I'm coming from. He won't listen to reason, but I thought she might call it off if she thought he and you were, you know.
Ah, you are an evil imp, ain't ya?
Sometimes a guy's got to resort to underhanded tricks. What do you say?
Sorry.
Ah,
Edna might be a pill, but if I play dirty tricks on every dame who disapproves of me, well, I'd play a lot of dirty tricks. Besides, such stunts are beneath the dignity of Techne, Muse of Progress.
All right. Okay. All right. What's the story with this
his
expo?
idea was to put a science and technology expo in Hill Valley.
Beats me. Audie says it's all bred in circuses, but I ain't seen a single clown yet today.
Okay.
See you, Trixie.
From this chamber of wonders, we bid you a fond adieu.
Okay. See ya. Let's go talk to Doc.
Ah, good.
All right.
Back. Give me the full report.
She says she likes you because you've got a virtuous mind, you look good in a suit, and you're completely faithful to her.
Damn, she's got me dead to rights. Well, you'll just have to find a way to change her mind. I'll be here if you need any help. Do you need any help?
Where's the younger
Any
you?
idea what your teenage self is doing right now?
Unless I miss my guess, he's in the garage frantically working on his latest invention and cursing because he can't quite get it to work.
Like that.
Damn.
So how's the DeLorean looking?
Have you figured out what's wrong with the time circuits?
Not sure. Possibly. It seems to me to be a simple wiring issue, but I'm double checking to make sure. All the basic equipment appears to be functional.
Good.
Any chance I could borrow the DeLorean? I want to drop in on young you at the lab.
Well, I don't know. The time circuits...
Listen, I promise I won't take it to 88.
Even so, I'm worried about letting it out of my sight while it's still behaving unpredictably.
Okay.
Tell you what, I'll take it on a test drive 1 minute into the past. If it passes the test, I'll let you borrow it.
Okay, good luck. Well, looks like it worked.
Didn't it?
I'm afraid not. In fact, the discrepancy appears to be getting worse. I arrived 6 hours ago.
Oh, too bad.
I didn't want to risk undoing any of the work you've done thus far, so I kept out of sight. But the time lag wasn't entirely a waste. I stopped by the hardware store and bought the parts for a chronometric analyzer.
A what?
A diagnostic device. See, I plug it into the time circuits and set them to cycle. When the green light goes off, I should have the data I'll need to understand the scope of the problem.
Cool.
Hey, no driving the exhibits off the lot.
Fine.
Looks like you'll have to find another set of wheels if you want to get to the lab.
All right. How about the truck over there? All right. Oh, what's this? Diorama. What is that?
Press button to experience future Hill Valley, circa 1981.
Yeah, that's what 1981 Hill Valley looks like.
Don't think I've visited that timeline yet.
All right, anyway. Go. How about this truck?
No keys. I'll have to find my wheels somewhere else.
Or, let's see here. No, not Trixie. Guy.
Yeah?
When does the expo
Not
open?
till tonight.
Oh, okie dokie
Anybody-
then. Hey, Edna, do you know whose truck that is?
Ahem.
Back again, Mr. Corleone? What can I help you with?
I was thinking. That's all the questions I got.
Okay, never
Very
mind.
well, then. How about you? Then
Okay, yeah, let's just... Okay. Artie.
Hey, Artie.
Okay. Trixie, do you know whose truck that is?
To all
Yeah.
Ideas. Up here. See you, Trixie.
Whoops! Oh, I
Don't be
didn't
a
mean to do
stranger.
that. My bad.
See you, Trixie.
Oh, damn
Don't
it!
be a
I keep
stranger.
right-clicking. Okay. Nope. Artie works here?
So Artie's working for the expo too, huh?
Oh, Artie's doing swell. The papers made a big deal of him testifying against Kid. People have been beating down his door ever since the trial. The Expo's darn lucky they could get him.
Okay. What does he do here?
What's Artie's job?
Oh, he's a real high muckety-muck at the Expo. He's in charge of all the money and the hiring and firing. You're telling me, and super respectable too.
What?
It's a real relief for him to have a job where the boss never pulls a gun on him.
Okay.
It's good to see that you and Artie are both doing okay.
We're more than okay. And if things keep going the way they're going, we may be more than just friends before you know it.
Well, don't get too serious too fast.
Nah, we're keeping things casual, for now.
Good. I'm sure Grandma will appreciate that.
We don't know Trixie's real name. Trixie, there's... I mean,
See, Trixie.
I don't
be a
know about her
stranger.
name actually being Trixie, but... You would think it would be different. Okay, anything else that I can... I need some new wheels. Right. Another set of wheels lurking in front of the high school. Check out the Hill Valley of the Future exhibit. Oh, okay. Why should it... What does that have to do with it? Okay, let's try these buttons.
The century looks bright for our fair metropolis. Jump with us 50 years into the future for a peek at Hill Valley circa 1981. Courtesy of Hal's Hardware and the collective imagination of mankind. Could this be our venerable town square? Yes, indeed. Though the form looks strange and new, the function remains the same as ever.
Right.
But where are all the people?
Yeah.
Why, they're underground. A network of burrows extends a mile into the earth, giving future Hill Valley's 10 million citizens plenty of space to work, play, and raise their families.
Next button.
Of course, our residents will want to venture forth into the fresh air occasionally. And what better excursion than a pleasure ride in this elevated super train of tomorrow?
All right.
Agricultural advances will make it a breeze to feed our burgeoning population. Tired of waiting for Mother Nature to do her job? Just press a button. Presto! An artificial rainstorm drenches the valley's thirsty crops.
There you go. And then sun, yeah.
And after the rain,
A rainbow.
what else? An artificial rainbow, reassuring all the good people of Hill Valley that their needs are taken care of, and life is sweet.
All right, I like that.
Pleasant dreams, Hill Valley. And the Expo would like to remind you that you can find everything you need to transform your dreams into reality at Hal's Hardware. Hal's Hardware, serving our fair city since 1895.
Jeez. So what did that do? That didn't do anything. I did. Take the overhead train from the tracks and use it as a skateboard.
My future wouldn't be built so shoddily.
Hi, Miss Strickland. I was just...
Break what you like, Mr. Corleone. It's no skin off my nose. Just keep away from Emmett's booth. Speaking of whom, I'd better go see what's keeping him.
I'll chalk on him for you.
I'll go check on him for you. I was just heading there anyway.
No, you weren't. The last thing he needs is another distraction at the 11th hour.
But...
Tut, tut. Not another word. I've got the rest of the day all mapped out.
Miss Strickland!
I'm sorry, I don't recognize you. Heavens, you shaved off your hair, but Carl Sagan?
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
I'm not sure it would be seemly for me to be seen in the company of an alleged arsonist.
I think it may be in your best interests. You see,
I know what you're up to. We can talk privately.
Go.
Okay.
I'll keep her occupied till you get back.
Okay, Doc. You're the doc, Doc. This way? No? This way? Street.
Hang on, Emmett. Hope you're ready for a big breakup.
There you go. Good job. All right. Let's go talk to Emmett, see what's going on.
Emmett?
Kid.
Thanks again for your assistance, Detective Parker.
Detective? What the hell is Kid doing here?
Nothing criminal, I assure you. I was just getting a mind map of Mr. Tannen for our exhibition at the Expo. The authorities wouldn't allow Edna and I to stage a demonstration of the mental alignment meter with a violent felon, but this little baby is just as good. Okay, so now what's next? Check the stew, sort the maps. Ooh, I almost forgot that.
Edna really is cracking the whip, isn't she?
Well, yes, but she's got my best interests at heart. Without her, I can get so distracted. Did she send you down here to check up on me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wanted to come herself, but...
She's busy too, I know. Well, you're a poor substitute for Edna's lovely features, but make yourself at home.
Thanks.
I think.
No thanks are necessary. Without you, I'd never be where I am now. In love with the woman of my dreams. And a mere 6 hours from my first public triumph as a scientist. Wait a minute. 6 hours? Jumping Jehoshaphat, I'm running out of time!
Great Scott. All right. Odd looking printer. Record player. Emmett's mind map. Kid's mind map. Mysterious button. What's this mysterious button do? Button.
How does the mental alignment thing work?
Here, I'll show you.
Hey,
The test subject wears this mind mapping helmet, which probes the brain by measuring fluctuations in skin conductance and electrical resistance on the surface of the parietal lobe.
uh-huh.
Okay. Hey, I understood
on
that.
The mind mapping helmet with this radio switch, the subject is exposed to a series of visual stimuli intended to provoke a series of positive or negative responses, as indicated by these lights on the helmet.
Hey, is that...
As the responses are recorded, they're relayed to this special typewriter, which prints out a punch card that represents the subject's mind map.
Huh.
All I see is a bunch of holes.
Well, to you, maybe. But to our mental alignment meter, this mind map is nothing less than a peek into your subconscious. Observe as I place your mind map into the MAM.
Decent chap, layabout. Hooligan, layabout.
Layabout? Is that machine calling me a slacker?
No, your own physiological responses did.
Okay. Oh, boy. So, yeah, that's not good. Okay, the fish tank.
How goes the bacteria farm?
Not so hot. The bacteria have kind of gotten out of control. I had to put a clamp on the nitrogen tube to keep the stench from flooding the lab.
Huh.
Phew.
Ugh. Did the clamp fall off again?
Yeah.
Put it back on.
All right.
Oh, I don't even know why I keep that bacteria tank around. Every time the clamp falls off the nitrogen tube, it takes a couple of minutes before I can get the stench out of the air. Whew.
What is that? Oh, okay. This, the generator.
I'd be careful of that if I were you.
Why?
The rocket fuel experiment must have stripped one of the teeth in the hand crank. As a consequence, if you turn it for more than 10 seconds, it sends out an electric shock.
Okay, then. What? Okay. No, there we go.
Hey, Emmett, what's cooking?
That's an old Brown family recipe for Hassenpfeffer.
Hassenpfeffer?
What?
Rabbit stew. The trick is to add the cumin an hour after the carrots. Take a whiff. Isn't that just about the best thing you've ever smelled in your life?
It's, powerful, yeah.
I've got it on a slow boil for later.
Oh, okay. What? Okay, so I've got the scientist that caught Kid Tannen.
What's this?
It's the placard we'll be putting in front of our booth at the expo.
The scientist that caught Kid Tannen?
A small exaggeration, but Edna says it'll attract investors. What do you think of the picture?
Not so good.
You look a little... constipated.
What? Edna said I looked intense.
Yeah, intensely focused on taking it.
I get the picture. I'll have to find a better one. Unfortunately, there's a lot to choose from.
Heavy.
Extremely. Mother has been rather obsessive about photographically cataloging my life.
Okay. So the photo album. Whoops, I went around the wrong way. All right.
Hey, Emmett, I've got an idea.
What?
Why don't I take your photo album over to Edna so she can pick out your new picture?
That's a great idea. She's got a better eye for these things than I do anyway. Thanks,
Okay.
pal.
Don't mention it.
All right. Let's get out of
Hey,
here.
Emmett, I've got to go out for a while.
I thought Edna sent you to make sure I wasn't getting distracted.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Trust me. All right. So we're not going to talk to Edna. I think we're going to talk to... I love how they... Okay, Doc.
Hey, Doc. I mean, Mr. Sagan.
Excuse me a moment, Miss Strickland. I've got her neutralized for the moment. How's the plan proceeding on your end?
I
think I'm starting to get a plan.
Good. Tell me. No, go. After all, it's my history we're talking about. If I learn how you're planning on altering it, my resolve may weaken.
Right. Okay. Okay. Anyway, Doc. You never looked at anyone else.
Is it true that you only had eyes for Edna?
At that time, I'm afraid so. I always tended to idealize the opposite sex. I was educated in a boys' school, and Jules Verne was always a little sketchy with female characters.
Never got time for a therapy session, Doc.
Okay. Okay then. All right. Well, we're gonna actually pause here. So this is gonna do it for this episode. I'm gonna go ahead and save, and that'll do it. Boom. Yeah, that works. All right. So anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode. So thank you all so much for watching. You guys will make this channel happen, and I thank you very much for that. And I will catch you in the next video.